People who are fake don't like me. Right?
I love
people
you, so
who
I
are
must be
true.
real.
Right. So people, no, it's an axiom I've had demonstrated many times. I can't tell you lies, right? The people who like me and I like them is because they're doing the same work. They have the same questions. The people who recoil, and there are many of them, and that's their right to recoil, from it. That's fine. I'm not doing this to be liked. Holy shit. You know how much money I could have made in music or in something else I could have done in the world. I had no interest in any of that, because this had a purpose, that was more vocational. We said it many times before, but the very question of, and I'm sure that a lot of people listening to this right now know exactly what I meant, that when you try to awaken somebody in your family or a friend, you're probably very zealous in doing it, but there is this little voice which is uncomfortable doing it because you realize that you may be violating them. So it's a very bittersweet process, and one has to then customize it. Give a book. By all means, show a website, share a link. You can do it. Nobody's saying don't do it, but you have to be very aware of people's need to transfer, as Freud called it, or project, as Jung called it. And this can then get you into a mighty tangle where you'll come out being, the one who goes, well, you told me this. I'm now murder the teacher. Blame the teacher for all the hardship that came to you in life. So, and they will. The soul that isn't going to make it is going to go, well, you put me on this road. You told me to do this. You inspired me. And then they're going to just dump it on the teacher, which is the classic martyr situation, which you find a lot in this field, let's say, where there are people who maybe turned the first corner, didn't like it, ran back, and then curse your bloody name for even awakening him on the earliest levels, demonizing you.
Oh wow, it just feels like old home. You said you're talking about that stuff, and you do.
Well, these are just realities. It's just realities.
Yeah. That's right. It is. It just
better
is
to
that.
face it. Yeah. And it's better to face
exactly.
it. I'm just conscientious of it. That's all. I was never made to be a teacher. This stuff all happened by being nudged by some unseen force into places I could care less to go. But I've been aware then. I've taken notes along of all of these interesting, we went into it in Path of the Fool a lot, especially in the charioteer card, about this, the tracks on which the charioteer runs have been made before and by other chariots. How do you get out of those ruts? How do you make your individual footprint while you're in the muddy footprints of everybody else going ahead of you? So there's lots of contradictory things, but then you have to have a mind that can handle those contradictions. You don't give up and recoil and hide under the bed. You deal with it. This is being on the cross. This is being crucified in real terms. You have to be able to have the light and the shade. You have to have the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, and you need to be okay with contradiction, with failure, with all of the things you see that the jumping through hoops society and culture don't realize are involved with the creative process. The creative process will involve all of this, climbing over stones and broken glass. It's so much harder and deconstructive and apophatic, and unfortunately, our world is really not tuned to that right now. So my work, particularly that deals hard with these subjects, is loathed by people, and that's their loss as far as I'm concerned.